everybody, and welcome to another video. Today it's going to be all about the horses and taming and breeding. So I really want to talk about taming in Atlas. I think that there are a few things missing, especially when it comes to taming animals that flee like horses and also penguins as well. So I just wanted to show you through gameplay what I'm talking about. This is just the basic barn. Here they all are. And then this is going to be like the birthing stall, I guess. It has grills all around it because the foals need to be kept warm when they're born. The baby horses, they die if they get too cold. And at some point I'm going to figure out a way to get an ice box to make ice. I think you put it down below the water where it's really cold and then it makes ice. So for heat waves I could try and make like a refrigerated room. Although I can usually manage in heat waves. It's usually the cold snaps that get them. So before we head out, I'm going to breed 2 horses, and I'll be heading out to go catch more high-level horses. I have 2 that I caught at a really high level for what I'm used to, and now they're up to 67 and 55. So I'm going to breed these 2 by enabling wandering. Now they are breeding. So I'm hoping to get foals from this that have a really high health stat. These both are pretty high in health as far as untamed and tamed levels go, so we're going to give that a shot. I like their markings too, so maybe we'll get some mutations out of it. The main reason I'm making this video, as I said, is because I feel like there's something missing in Atlas taming. I don't mean that it should be the same as Ark, although I do like the idea of a tranquilizer. Of course, we're in like the pirate era, and I don't really think that they had tranq darts and things like that. They didn't have that technology. But I believe there are other ways around that to kind of make taming horses feel a little bit better than beating them to death. Of course, horses are only one of the animals in the game that deal with being tamed, so I was kind of like, should I make this video? Should I not make this video? But what's important to me is the horses, so why not? But anyway, as I said, I think there are ways of making catching horses better, and I'm going to run some footage of me chasing after a horse right here. Basically, on foot, you can chase them all day. You try and whack them with your sword to get their HP down, and then eventually you can try and bola them, and then you feed them. You can feed them all kinds of food, but they prefer sugarcane. So, oh, these guys are done. Okay, so since they are, let me take them both off of wandering. I believe I have 2 hours before she will be ready. Let's see. Hour 35. Ooh, okay, I forgot I set the timing that fast. The whole plan was that I go out to an island that has higher level horses to catch a few more higher level horses, because the current horses that seem to be spawning on my island only max out around level 20, and I'm gonna need the ones that are higher than level 20, maybe even into level 30 or 40, to get my breeding up and going without having to spend a lot of time waiting on horses to level. So I have a ton of bolas in my inventory, as you can see here, and the plan is to go and catch some higher level horses. I got really lucky earlier today. A horse actually ran into the trap, but that's not a very common occurrence for me. I find that the horse behavior is way too erratic to always be able to herd them into an animal trap. I know some people use lions to tame their horses, which is kind of interesting. They'll actually pick up the horse in the lion's mouth and like push it into the trap. So that's definitely something I could try. I haven't bothered taming lions yet, but definitely something I wouldn't be against trying if it makes running after the horses any easier. But the main reason I don't like the taming is because you have to beat them up to tame them, and it seems pretty counterintuitive. I know this is a game and it's a fantasy game and all of that, but it's not satisfying to me at all to tame horses. I really enjoy taming like the chickens and the cows and the pigs, because you can just creep up behind them and give them a berry or whatever food they like the most, and after time you'll have a tamed animal. But as far as the horses go, it just doesn't seem right to me. Atlas does have a cool way of implementing minigames. I know there's the music minigame that I actually like a lot. I don't mind the little red and green bar clicking for things like digging for water or reloading the rifle. I don't mind that. But I think they have the chance to do something pretty unique with horse taming or other animals that flee. I don't want to just say horses, because there are a few animals that will run eventually, even if they are defensive, like those oliphants, I believe they're called, or olfines. I think they could implement some kind of like rope minigame. I don't want to say lasso because when I think of pirates, I think more of ropes and roping, and you know, pirates would probably have plenty of rope around, right? So I would implement some kind of mini game involving ropes and catching horses with ropes, and then you can bola them. And then, I don't know, maybe do some other mini game activity with them so that you don't have to beat them up. And then you expect them to follow you around as if they're tamed. I mean, you have to remember this is coming from a horse person who works with horses. So maybe it just strikes me as a little bit odd. Some people, I'm sure, have no problem with it at all. But I'm just thinking that the game is still in early access and there are still chances to change how things are done. And I know I'm just one person, but I'm sure there are others out there who feel the same way. And I'm also sure there are people who disagree and love the way that the taming is right now. So, I mean, it's all a matter of preference for different people. That's the great thing about games, is there are different games for different people. But in this case, I thought since it's early access, I should speak up a little bit and see if I can get my voice heard at all. Now, as you can see here, I do have the horse running towards the trap, but we do have a bit of a problem because there's open water right where the horse is headed, and he ends up going out there and swimming around in circles. This is a problem I have all the time when I'm trying to tame the horses because, you know, horses usually won't just run into water to get away. I know it's hard to code AI behavior certain ways, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to be forgiving. But it would make much more sense if the horses tried to stick to land instead of running in water. They know they're at a disadvantage in the water unless it's shallow. I basically had to herd the horse out with the bear. The horse gets stuck here on the side of my lighthouse. And of course, the water is just deep enough that if I were to bola the horse and try and tame it, he would die because he would be submerged in water. And in fact, that is what happens here. So unfortunately, I lost this horse. I decided I'd give it a try in the case that the water was, you know, just above his head, thinking that he'd be able to breathe a little bit, but I was wrong. So that's one horse down. I'm headed to the desert islands. They seem to have lots of horses on them. And this brings me to my next point. I don't want to have to take advantage of horses getting stuck in bamboo or trees for me to be able to tame them. When we get there, you'll see what I mean. It seems like it's not an intended mechanic to bola the horses while they're stuck in cactus. Alright, so we are nearly to our destination. We're going to check out this desert island, and this is the mythical desert island, but I don't know if I want to have to deal with the army of the damned and whatever else is on that island. I haven't explored the whole thing yet, so we'll just try that almost big enough desert island and see what horses we can find there. So here we are. I think I found a good candidate. It's a level 18. I ran around the island forever and I couldn't find another higher level horse, so it looks like we're just gonna have to go. Oh, that's a level 1. There it is, a level 17. We're just gonna have to go with this one. Oh, and here's what I'm talking about when they get stuck. See this? He's stuck, so this is going to be easy for me. I can hit him. Oh, he ran. So, whoops! If they stay stuck like that, it is extremely easy to catch them. Now, I did not build a trap because when I bola them and I get them down one time, I am able to feed them sugarcane fast enough that I don't need a second bola. Now, another method to catching and taming these is to hop on a lion, and apparently the lion will knock them down. One of my friends over on Discord was telling me that he does this, and then once the lion knocks him down and you bola him, you build fence around the horse so that it can't get up or can't get away once he does get up. But for me, that doesn't apply because I can tame it in one bola. So we just need to get lucky enough to get it cornered somewhere where I can bola it. This to me is just not fun at all. On my channel, I care about finding games that are satisfying, rewarding, and unique, and this is not satisfying. The breeding I find really satisfying and rewarding because you can add up the stats, do the math, and also the RNG from the mutations is a pretty neat thing. You can get color mutations and stat mutations, which I enjoy. Is this the same horse? I think it is. Yeah, it is, and it's probably back to... Okay, so now we have it down enough that I could bola it if it would ever stop. Wow! Did you see that? Okay, so now it's stuck, and this is going to make it really easy for me. So, now that it's down, we just come around the back. Oh! The back, I said, and feed it sugarcane. So I should be able to do this in one go, assuming that a predator doesn't come up and just take me out. So this whole process to me was not fun. I think there are other ways to make it way more rewarding and satisfying for players instead of just chasing around horses and smacking them to death with your sword. As I said, I really like the idea of a pen, but it's not realistic in this case because this is an animal that flees. It's a flight animal, so chances are you're not going to be able to get it into a pen unless you're super lucky like I was earlier with that other horse. I should actually name it like Lucky or something. And this is the other frustrating thing is when it runs away. I should have built a trap around it. Darn it. It's okay. I'm going to whittle down his health before he escapes. Please don't kill it. Okay. Whoo! Please don't let something come along that's gonna kill it. Ooh, why is that? You see that? The wood is on the horse's face. That is so weird. Dang it. Nope, not enough. I should have had the bowl. Oh, I couldn't have had the bowl already because... What is going on with this thing? It's just gonna stand here? This is bizarre. I've never seen this happen before. Ouch! Well, we got him. Her, him. So there we go. It's a female. It's level 25. That's fine by me. Now we just need to get it back on the boat. Alright, so now we just need to load her up and we will be good to head back home. We should get home just in time for the new baby or babies. I seem to have a lot of luck getting multiples somehow. I had triplets on the last map we played, so that was pretty exciting. Alright, so she is safely on board. I'm going to take us back home. I will see you all then. Okay, we have 39 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and light these fires so that the baby does not die of the cold. And we will see what we get. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I need to grab the corn I have in here to feed the baby, since it has to take food by hand until it ages up a little bit. So there we go. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I went ahead and I imprinted on the baby. I named it Rev. It's a male, level 39. Unfortunately, it did not get the better of the parent's stats. I believe the stamina stat is raised a little bit, but if we look at the mother... Yeah, 781 health. I mean, we'll just have to see what happens as it levels up. It's still another high-level horse I can use for my breeding program. So that was just a quick video on how I'm feeling as far as taming horses in Atlas goes. As I said, I do like the taming in general. I just think it could be done a little bit better and a little bit more uniquely. If you think about how Ark does it, I think Atlas could add something else to it. There aren't many animals that flee in the game like the horses do, so it may not be worth it to implement a whole system just for the horses. But honestly, it would be really cool to see something like a rope being thrown on them to bring them to a pen where then they can be tamed, or something along those lines. Just brainstorming here. So what do you all think of taming in Atlas? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And what would you do to improve it? I'm really curious to hear what you think because we had quite the conversation in Discord earlier about it. Some were indifferent, some really liked the idea of what they have going on already, and others just completely are against it and don't like the idea of the chasing and then beating up in order to tame. For me, taming really is worth it because in the end you can end up breeding all of your horses, getting better stats out of them, and improving your line. But I just wish there were a little bit of a better way to go about it with horses. I want to have fun when I play a game, and I can honestly say I don't have a lot of fun taming the horses. Unfortunately, I have to because I intend on breeding them, so I need some way of getting horses. But for now, it looks like I am just going to have to live with it as it is, which is alright with me. I'm still having a great time here in Atlas with everybody. So please feel free to check out the links in the description box down below. They're all to my social media, including my community Discord, where we all hang out and talk about games like this one, as well as many other early access titles, MMORPGs in development, and newly released games. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. So as always, guys, Enjoy your games, and I will see you all in the next video.